Hello go-getters. So in this video I just want to show you this type of question whereby they say that shade A or B in this diagram. So when they talk about A or B, they talk about three things. When you say or, they talk about three things: A or B or both of them, meaning is this part A or B or both of them. So now we'll shade all this part here, all this one. When they talk about A or B, they talk about what is inside between this event A and event B. They talk about 1, 2, 3. So now if it's end, they talk about both of them, where they intersect. They intersect here. Do you see? That is where they intersect. And now when you come across with the word which says that mutual exclusive, you should know are the events that cannot occur at the same time. They don't intersect, meaning now their intersection, it will be 0. Do you see? Because they don't intersect. These two events, they cannot occur at the same time. That's why they don't intersect. Do you see? Yeah. So all the time when it's mutual exclusive, we're talking about this event. But now if it's not mutual exclusive, it will be like this. Do you see, Mostari? And also you should know the word exhaustive. So when they talk about exhaustive, they talk about that A or B. The probability of A or B, if it gives you 1, you should know this thing, it is exhaustive. When you talk about or all this thing, if I add all the probability here, I add it to that one, and I find out that I get 1, it means this event, it is exhaustive. Do you understand? In other words, it says outside there is nothing there. The moment this thing it is equal to 1, it means outside there is nothing. But if this thing is not equal to 1, it means outside there is something. Do you understand? Yeah. So now when they talk about not A or B, you know most A or B, it's something which is here. All this thing, I said that it is A or B. All this thing is A or B. A or B. This one, it is A or B. But now the moment they see not A or B, they talk about what is outside now. Everything which is outside here. Everything which is outside from here, it is not A or B. Do you see? Yeah. When they say not A or B, they talk about everything which is outside. And now A or B is this thing. You see? So now when they say not A and B, they talk about what is here. What is here? They talk about what is here. They don't include the intersection point now. When it's not A and B. When it's not A and B, they talk about this part. Do you see? They talk about all the part which is outside. Then the moment now they say A and B, they talk about the intersection. But now if it's not A and B, they talk about what is outside. Do you see, Mustari? Yeah. So now, what you can just do, you can just take a screenshot and try to do your own notes there. Then go down. Yeah. So the moment you see only, when they say only, A only, they talk about A, they don't involve B. They only refer from A. Do you see, Mostari? when they say A only, they talk about A. It means we don't include B. It's A only. And also now you must, so now, and also now I must introduce you with new words. You see, words such as complementary. So when they talk about complementary events, it's something like inside plus outside. It should give me 1. We see more study. Yeah. So this thing, it is the one which is outside. This one is the one which is outside. And now this one is the one which is inside. Do you see? So A or B, it's this thing, everything here. A or B, it's everything here. Do you see more study? Everything which is inside here, it's A or B. Then when I add it with this one, when I add not A or B, so now I add it not A or B, you will find out that it will give me 1. So when I add what is inside and what is outside and I get 1, it means those events are complementary. Yeah. And also similarly here, if I add what is inside here and I add it from what is outside and I get 1, it means these events are complementary. They are complementary event. Do you see? Yeah. When I add what is inside from the intersection and what is outside from intersection. And now when I refer from outside, guys, be aware that I'm talking about not. When I say not, I'm talking outside. Do you see my study? Yeah. Even from here, check something. The moment here they say not A, everything which is said, it's not A. It does not involve A. Do you see? Everything which is here, it's not A. As you can see, the way I shade outside from A. And now what is inside here, it is A. Do you see? Meaning now A plus not A, it gives me 1. Inside plus outside, it's 1. It's what we call what? Complementary event. Complementary event. Do you see? Yeah. So now let me just show you. You can also screenshot this one. Complementary event. Screenshot this one and do your own notes. So let me show you what we call a general equation. So you know now, when we are referring inside here, we are talking about OR. So probability of A or B. You should know it is the probability of A plus probability of B and minus the intersection, which is what? P, A and B. The reason why we minus that intersection, because we don't want to count it twice, this place. We do not want to count it twice. Because when I was pointing A, I say plus B. If you can notice, the moment I was saying A, I count the intersection and I also count the intersection when I say B. So it's better to minus by the intersection so that you won't count it twice. Do you understand? Yeah. So this one, it's what we call a general equation, which is, it's so important to understand this equation and know how to form it, because it will help you in most cases. Do you understand? Yeah. So now let's go from here. If you say something like A and not B, so this thing, when you see A and not B, you should know this thing is the same of saying not B. We don't include B here. So if we don't want to include B, it means we shade something which does not include B. Meaning we do not shade the intersection. We don't shade the intersection if it's and not. If it's and not. We don't include the intersection here. And not, we don't include the intersection. Do you see? And also if it's not A and B, it's not A. It means now we don't include what? A. If it's not and, we don't include A. Do you see that there? Not and, we don't include A. Not and, guys, we don't include A. Or and not, we don't include the intersection. Yeah. If it's not and, we don't include the intersection. We don't, if it's not and, we don't include the intersection, and if it's and not, we still don't include the intersection. Do you see? But now if it's not or, we include the intersection. This thing is something like now not only A. So when I'm referring to only A, it's something like here. This one, it's only A, this one. Do you see? So now if it's not only A, it means now we include the intersection. Do you see? We include the intersection, meaning that not or, we include the intersection, but not and, we don't include the intersection. Do you see? Here we include the intersection. We include the intersection. As you can see, the intersection I included, but I didn't include A only. A only, I didn't include it. I include everything. Do you see? Then from here again, now you can see now this one, it will be not only B. Only B is this one. B only is this, all this part. It's B only. Now the moment it's not only B, it means we include the intersection. We don't include only B. We include everything there. As you can see, the way I shaded the intersection, and I shade, but I didn't shade B only. Do you see? So if it's or not, you include the intersection. Not or, you include the intersection. Do you see? Not or, we include the intersection, is the way you can see. But not and not, we don't include the intersection. Do you see? Meaning now when you calculate the probability, you'll be taking this one and that one, add them together, taking this one and that one, add them together to get the probability of A and not B. You see? But for this one, you take the intersection, this one and that one, add them together. Here, you take this one and that one, add them together. Do you see? Or we are taking three things, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. But and we are taking two things. Do you see, guys? Yeah. So I hope, guys, you did understand this thing. Just take the screenshot, to make things simple, and do your own notes. Because for the next video, I'll be using this thing as your notes, like this thing. You can even use like some good colors like this one if you want to. Yeah, just make it neat, Yeah, all the best, guys.